Lost time, missed details, memory gaps. These can look like ADHD, or they can be dissociation. But the difference between them really matters. On the surface, both ADHD and dissociation can look the same: lost time, missed details, or memory gaps. But learning to tell the difference really matters. Let's take a look at why. First, the tools you use are different. ADHD-related forgetfulness is often helped by external structure, things like reminders, alarms, and consistent routines. Dissociation, on the other hand, is a protective response to trauma. That calls for very different supports, like grounding, nervous system regulation, or trauma processing. Knowing which one you're dealing with helps you choose strategies that actually work. Second, the meaning you give it really matters. If dissociation is mistaken for ADHD, you may end up blaming yourself for being flaky or lazy, instead of recognizing that your system was trying to protect you. And if ADHD time loss gets mistaken for dissociation, it can feel alarming, like you're switching more than you are, and you might miss the chance to use ADHD supports that could make life easier. Third, it can directly affect your safety and stability. For example, let's say a system member dislikes the way a medication feels and chooses to skip a dose. If you lose time around that decision and later notice side effects, you wouldn't know what happened unless you recognized dissociation was involved. If you assumed it was just ADHD inattention, you'd be left confused and maybe even unsafe. This is where awareness really matters. And fourth, noticing dissociation makes it possible to spot patterns in your system. Instead of staying stuck in self-blame or frustration, you can begin approaching your system with curiosity. That shift into curiosity opens the doors to communication and cooperation, two of the biggest keys for healing. Over time, learning to tell the difference between ADHD lapses and dissociation builds not just coping skills, but also self-understanding. You start to see how your nervous system works, and you can offer yourself compassion instead of criticism. And remember, recognizing the difference isn't about being perfect. It's about giving yourself the right kind of support. That's what makes healing feel possible.